Earth signs, hi. Thank you very much for joining me. My name is Clarisse and I've got your energy week ahead reading for you. Hope you've had a wonderful week and thank you for coming and spending some time. Right, as always, pre-shuffled and meditated on the cards. So, right, let's get started. So, week commencing the 19th, we've got departing energy, we've got the Page of Cups. He's a nice energy, but he's a dreamer. You know, he loves to have a good time. He's got an open heart. As you can see in the card, he's got all that light coming out of his heart. He is sensitive and naive nonetheless, though. And he's got tendencies to be unrealistic. He's a guy that's in love with being in love type of thing. If you can see here, his feet aren't on the ground, so he's sort of up in the air a bit. And there's a pig in the corner here, as in pigs might fly, I guess. And also he's got those wispy hands wrapped around a heart here. So yeah, a real dreamer. Like I said, unrealistic, hasn't got his feet on the ground. Now the card that came out with it, Five of Cups. Right, so bring in the Five of Cups. Cups is a card, the Five of Cups, it's a card of grieving, a card of perhaps being disillusioned. She's actually sitting there very disappointed, perhaps wallowing in self-pity as well. So this card can signify a broken heart as well. So I'm wondering if you've had any dealings with somebody in your sphere that has perhaps broken your heart. It may be romance, it might just be a colleague or a very dear friend, but it does speak of, you know, a broken heart and sort of sitting by yourself and wallowing, or maybe just contemplating what's gone by. I mean, she's got these empty cups here and she's got a full one in her hand, but she's not focusing on the full cup. Her focus is on what's gone by. So to me it's speaking of perhaps you've had a run-in, or maybe set your sights on, or had expectations from someone who isn't very realistic, and perhaps because they're so joyful and they're so, you know, they love having a good time, perhaps you got swallowed up. You know, can you see that? Now I've said swallowed up, it looks like this hole is swallowing those cups up. Perhaps you got swallowed up or pulled into their energy of having a good time and yeah, just following their lead. But it's, as I said, you know, he's an unrealistic character. So perhaps it was nice for a spell to be in that unrealistic and effervescent, if for want of a better word, effervescent energy. But I think the signs were there and you missed them. You know, there's a flying pig in the corner there, so perhaps you did miss the signs. If this is a love interest and you are feeling a bit broken-hearted, perhaps the signs were there and you chose not to pay attention to them because you were having such a nice time. And God, you know, it's happened to all of us, so don't stress about it. It's just one of those things. But yeah, it's a departing energy, and I'm glad it's in the departing, because this is a card of sort of wallowing, and perhaps it's time to look at the cup that's full rather than the ones that are empty, and let that hole swallow the empty ones up and take them away from you. You know, so yeah, let that go. But it looks like you've been having a really nice time, perhaps in an unrealistic manner. Perhaps it was a short-term thing rather than perhaps you wanted it to continue and be a long-term thing. But yeah, it's on its way out, so that's fantastic. I've just noticed you've got loads of cups in this reading. So yeah, loads of cups. So cups, that's Cancer, Cancerian, Scorpionic and Piscean energy. So it might be that you're dealing with one of those signs there. So bringing the Three of Cups in your present energy, or the energy you're going to be in, this is, because of these two cups, obviously it depends, the reading on these cards change depending on the cards around them. This is telling me you need to see the value you bring into relationships. You know, take stock. go towards the people who, you know, your family, your community, those who love you. This could also be a reflection, now I'm looking at it, of a third party situation. You know, it may be that there was a bit of a love triangle going on as well. I mean, this is odd because you know, anyone who does, you know, look in on me time to time knows that I don't really do love readings, but you know, this is pulling it out. But yeah, it could be a third party situation. But this is saying, if that's the case, you know, absolutely, you know, let that whole swallow up what's gone by, and you focus, absolutely focus on that full cup. And, you know, go in search of your friends and family, for the community, for those who love you, for those who are true, you know, to themselves and stand for what they really mean. It's all lovely having a nice time, isn't it? You know, we all love that. But it's time to get realistic, is what it's saying. The Page of Cups, the unrealistic energy, it's time to let that go. This is saying time to get real. And the wallowing, not going to help you. Look towards what you do have, the good things in your life, that full cup in your hand. You know, because it is there. You just need to look for it. You're missing the signs. So, outcome energy, we've got the Ten of Swords. So bringing the Ten of Swords, I'm glad to see the Ten of Swords. It doesn't look like a great card, does it? But it is in this read. It's a card of walking away. It's a number 10. It's the end of a cycle. Thank goodness, because this, it's like I said, this looks a bit heartbreaking here. It looks like you've been through a bit of heartbreak. So yeah, Ten of Swords, walking away. It's a painful end. It's about painful endings, and it's also about being stabbed in the back. So you know, this is energy that you're well shot of. You're certainly gonna. It's certainly gonna be. You're gonna be walking away from it. But you know, an ending is always an opportunity to find healing. You know, and this is a card of hope and resilience. I mean, look at her. She's she's carrying on. You know, she's carrying on going, and that's exactly what you want, you know, after, albeit you must have had a lovely time here. It must have been, nobody, you know, goes forward if they're not having a great time. But, you know, you're walking forward and away, more importantly, from this unrealistic energy here that has potentially left you heartbroken, you know. So good that you're going. Temperance is the underlying energy of the read. Beautiful card, but it's a card of harmony and moderation. So I sense that this is what you're trying to find. This is what you're going towards. It's a masculine, feminine balance. It's a card of fluidity. It's a card of the perpetual motion of life. Can you see that figure of 8 that's going around there? You know, it's like I said, balance. You've got the sun and you've got the moon on one side. They're not quite balanced there, but you're seeking balance. But look at this guy here. Temperance has wings. There is protection there, and there is light behind them, and there is light behind you. You know, it's a card that says you perhaps need to exercise patience and repurpose yourself from this energy here. So just find a new direction and balance yourself, because if you do, underneath Temperance, I've just seen, guys, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, da-da, you've got the world. There's no reason you can't have that. Absolutely no reason. You're at the end of a cycle. Find your balance and claim your right in the world. Absolutely brilliant. Oh, that really made my day, I can't tell you. Wonderful. Right, let's see what the oracles have for you. Let's start with Shaman. Obviously, I've pre-shuffled and meditated on these, so let's just go for it. What's the Shaman oracle got for the earth signs? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Yeah, it looks like you've been having a lovely time. Perhaps missed some signs along the way. Thought a situation was more than it actually was. And perhaps there was a third party involved here as well. Yeah, let it go. Well, you are letting, the cards say you're letting go anyway, so it's definitely the end of a cycle and you are walking away. So absolutely brilliant. And there's protection and guidance there. You know, always look within as well. That's always a help, even if we don't like what we see. The shadow side is our teacher. trying to jump out, but they're not quite making it. Oh, there we go. Very appropriate. Oh, look, I've just seen that, beloved. Beloved. On the bottom of that deck. The staff. Right, the staff, a giraffe. Third eye opened. The giraffe is the only animal in the jungle that can see far and wide. It sees the furthest of any other animal, head and shoulders above the rest, above the trees even, or some of them at least. And you know, it's got the capacity to reach the highest part of a tree to get the most nutritious, beautiful, sumptuous leaves. So, you know, reach for the highest part, open that third eye, embrace. You know, you can find that balance. You're walking away. So, you know, better times are ahead. And, you know, you can. Absolutely you can. Look, there's a little moon behind there as well. Beautiful. Just looking. But yeah, there you go. The animal that sees far and away, furthest in the furthest of the furthest. Oh God. Furthest reaching sight. So all encompassing. It's got great peripheral vision. So reach for it, Earth signs. It's there. Right, so one more from the animal spirits. Bear with me, sorry about this. This is why I pre-shuffle. Sometimes it takes absolutely forever for the cards to come out. But my preference is to take jumpers. I just feel it's more, I feel that the message is being given to me like that. There's no wrong way of doing it, it's just my way. But let's bear with it. I do want you to have this final message that wanted to come out. See the bigger picture, it's another giraffe. I'm going to put it up there. There you go, see the bigger picture. And it's like I said, this animal sees the furthest of any animal in the jungle. Come on, Earth signs, crank that neck up and see what's out there for you. There's a lot of potential in that. It's beautiful. Hello, Cat. I know you want to join in. Please excuse Cat. Come here, my darling. Come here. Right, I'm going to wind it up. Thank you very much for tuning in. As always, I love doing the readings, and if you enjoyed the reading, please like, share and subscribe, and I will be here same time, same place next week. Toodle pip, take care of yourselves and be kind.